To the absolutely fantastic Air New Zealand lounge here at Auckland Airport, and I have a key tip for you right now, and this is the pain of internal meetings. I cannot tell you the number of hundreds of times clients have told me how they have meetings that start late with no purpose, no clear agenda, and endless hours wasted. I even know some who have a stop clock who actually calculate how much it costs their business per meeting for them to be running late or not running to time. So I'm going to share with you some key tips of how you need to be far more effective in the way you operate your business internally. So the first thing I want to share with you is PAT. So purpose, agenda, and time bound. We all know with a deadline, typically people actually are going to commit to that deadline. So what you need to do is make sure the most junior person in the room is responsible for time. So on a regular basis, you go to them halfway through the meeting and say, how are we running to time? How are we running to time? They have the countdown clock, and their sole purpose is to monitor the T of PAT. Agenda. Ideally, before you send out the meeting invitation, you've determined the clear purpose so that when the meeting agenda goes out, everyone knows why they're there. But if you don't have time to send in the internal agenda prior to the meeting, then all you need to do is have a whiteboard there or a screen in front of you, so when people walk into the room, they understand clearly, this is our agenda at the top, and this is how we're going to be managed today. And then finally, you'll notice just before lunch breaks and the end of the day breaks, typically people are far more aware of time. So why don't you run your meetings at 4:45 in the evening as opposed to 7 o'clock in the morning when you've got all of the time ahead of yourself? At 4:45, everyone wants to get home, so the reality is they'll show up on time and they'll finish on time. And then finally, if you're the one who calls the meeting and it says the meeting's at 2 o'clock, you need to be there at 5 to 2, otherwise you're disrespecting every attendee. Now please spend 2 minutes today talking about your wider team internally about what you can do to improve all of your internal meetings. And at the very least, remember PAT, P-A-T, purpose, agenda, time bound.